Everyone needs a habitat, a secure place where we can raise our families and have access to life's basic needs: food, water, shelter, space, and all in a suitable arrangement. Wildlife, too, needs habitat. As we encroach into once pristine natural habitat, we often inadvertently displace native wildlife, which now finds their basic needs disrupted or gone altogether. All residents of Arizona interact with wildlife directly and indirectly. Whether we live in urban areas with acres of concrete and asphalt, or in rural communities, we each have opportunities to impact the habitat in ways that are both beneficial and detrimental to wildlife. What lives in your backyard? How can you encourage native wildlife species to visit, or even to restore permanent residency?
And what am I opening up here?
Ladybugs! The answer may be simpler than you imagine, and one we can learn from many Arizona kids. Elementary and secondary school students throughout our state have already learned how to bring back the wild into their schoolyards. Over 90 schools across Arizona have successfully created or restored native habitat on their school grounds through Heritage Schoolyard grants.
Let's go inside the habitat.
Projects range from simple trail building and replacing exotic plants with native species to construction of small ponds or wetlands that can become refugia for native fish species.
Did you find a top middle yet?
Some are small, less than 500 square feet, while others may encompass several acres. Some are in rural areas, but many are found within urban areas. All have two things in common. They provide a safe haven for native wildlife.
This is fleabane.
And they provide hands-on learning opportunities for students.
We grew butterflies in our classroom and we let them go out here.
In the building, you can't spend time with nature, but out here you can feel the plants and look at them and draw them and stuff.
You get to see a lot of animals and they're cool and stuff.
All the flowers, because all of them are pretty.
Perhaps most important of all, students themselves work in the research, design, and development of most project sites.
I've dug down in the ground and put stones in.
Those plants right over there. Miss Bay, myself, and Miss McCarty, on a Saturday, we planted them.
You really bond going out there and sweating and working and planting and seeing the difference that you can create.
Being out here with the teachers and having to do work besides schoolwork, it's practically schoolwork, except it's better.
It's better than being inside because you can actually breathe.
Here's a hedgehog cactus.
This immersion into a schoolyard habitat design teaches students critical thinking skills, develops a sense of stewardship, and provides lessons in personal and group responsibility.
It's really fun, especially as a class. We really like coming out here. Some kids kind of mess up things, but it's okay because we always get it fixed.
Miss Cunningham lets us help out, and we dug the stones and we put them in the ground. I got to bury stones and I got to smooth out the gravel.
There was a big storm and some trash flew into the pond. We got to clean it up.
It's very comfortable knowing that I've cleaned it up very well so I can enjoy it more.
It's fun to be more responsible for everything. So when we grow up, we don't just depend on someone else to clean up our things.
It gives me time to work with nature, have nature as my friend.
Wildlife and education, what a great team. We've known instinctively that the environment can provide some outstanding teachable moments. Now, with the recent publication of a major national study entitled Closing the Achievement Gap by Dr. Gerald Lieberman and others, we actually have documented proof that students exposed to their immediate environments as a setting for their classroom studies score higher on standardized achievement tests.
This definitely brings out all different learning styles in the children.
This is a wild sunflower.
You see things, you study them, you start to have quizzes about them, and it's fun to study about them.
Moreover, student discipline problems virtually cease to exist as students take more ownership for their learning and academic progress.
I've noticed that they keep the boundaries and parameters, that they respect them, where they might kind of push a boundary in the classroom, but out here they're so willing to stand back because they don't want to hurt the environment.
The majority of kids that come into my class don't like science, but when we go out to the habitat and study the desert plants, and then we take it further and we go to the Grand Canyon, and then try to apply the knowledge that they learn, they get excited. They get excited and they can't wait to have Habitat Work Day.
For some students, this may be the first time in their lives that they begin to see how all their school disciplines are interrelated.
Well, I've learned that you can have fun even if you don't know if it's going to be fun.
I like fish a lot. I like to fish, and it's just been a good experience.
You get to be free out here.
And we do have some serious here. And
for most, their attitude toward learning and toward school takes a quantum leap upward.
Oh, it's great. It's particularly for special education students. They love doing hands-on projects and things that they can manipulate and look at and be outdoors. And so I use this habitat a lot with my students.
The idea of EIC, or the environment as an integrating context, is not new.
71.
Heritage schoolyard projects have been in place for the past 10 years. To be successful, a project needs a little bit of money, a lot of leadership, and the coordinated involvement of many students and parents.
It's really a group effort, and it's something that the children are very proud of.
With the right combination of enthusiasm, dedication, and commitment, an exciting new habitat and an opportunity for enhancing student creativity and learning can be created.
Come and stand on this line, please.
At Homer Davis Elementary School in the Flowing Wells District, 5 teachers worked as an integral team to help students create this outdoor classroom in wildlife habitat. Seeing the potential of a formerly unused section of their school grounds, these educators led a school and community-wide effort to restore the area to a more native habitat. Students used the outdoor setting as a laboratory for a variety of classroom disciplines, from language arts and social studies to science.
Let's see what kind of clouds we have in our sky today.
Every morning, volunteer students watch the skies.
Can you go in there and tell me what the high temperature was yesterday?
And check the weather station in the habitat.
Excellent, that's right, 35 degrees.
What is the percentage of our sky that is covered today with clouds?
The kind of clouds were alto cumulus. They were all right there. And then we also got cirrus.
Oh, Miranda, can you come over here and show me where you would change 35 degrees Celsius and put that into Fahrenheit?
This information is passed on to the whole school during morning announcements.
The current temperature in the habitat is 71 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 22 degrees Celsius. Have a good day, dragons. And now here's Cloud Watchers.
It's really nice because you get to know how hot it is.
Good morning, dragons. I'm Kayleen. And this is Marissa, and we are members of the Cloud Watchers.
If you need to dress warm or cooler. And the habitat is nice because you get to see a lot of wildlife.
It's really pretty, and yeah, I like coming out here and watching.
The district's maintenance staff went above and beyond the call of duty, volunteering to build the amphitheater over a summer while students were on vacation. As a testament to their dedication, the Homer Davis faculty also dedicated this site to those maintenance personnel who had so unselfishly helped make this dream come true. The Heritage Fund grant has enabled Homer Davis School to fully utilize this area of their school ground. In the shadows of the Phoenix metropolitan area, Sonoran Sky School in the Paradise Valley School District also has a new habitat and some new residents in that habitat. During the fall of 2001, students assisted Arizona Game and Fish staff with the translocation of desert pupfish and Gila top minnow, both Arizona native species that are on the threatened and endangered listing, from a pond at Deer Valley High School into their own recently completed pond refugium at Sonoran Sky.
What's special about the fish? They're endangered.
The kids absolutely love it. They love to see the little fish swimming around in there, and we had a surprise in October when we saw something else swimming around in there, but we didn't have fish yet.
Catch something else. I don't really like that.
And we dug it out and did some research and learned about dragonfly larvae.
Where's the fish?
These fish will provide ample opportunities for students to study biology,
Plants are living things.
pond ecology,
White, green.
Yeah, the green stuff all over the rocks.
and the dynamic balance of nature.
The kids come out here for reading, for writing projects. The third graders have been taking other classes out here and telling them about the pond.
Why don't you draw a plant?
My favorite part about the pond is when we took the kindergartners out, because I always wanted to do it when I watched my brother when I was younger.
I had to show him what living and non-living was. He drew like butterflies, cactuses.
I draw fishes and rocks and like bricks and lily pads.
You think this whole thing right here is alive? Yeah.
Additional studies may include migratory birds, insects, and other components of food chains and food webs.
There's a lot of animals and there's a lot of things that you can see. How many legs do ants have? Just a few days ago, we found a centipede. Look at the fish!
You get to learn about all the wildlife and what their life cycles are.
Why do the rocks have green?
Not just for scientific studies, schoolyard habitats offer the chance for students and educators alike to work across the disciplines.
Kindergartners, did you have fun?
Yeah.
Farther north, Wallapai School in the Kingman School District used a small, unused corner of their school grounds to create an interactive learning site, which all classes may use throughout the year.
How come it has the word spoon in it? Because if you were to pull these out, it would look like a little spoon.
Students learn about the plants and trees, and in turn pass that knowledge on to other students.
This tree is probably about 50 to 60 years old.
Anytime a child repeats something that they've learned by verbalizing it, it goes into their long-term memory, and it stays there.
Everybody thinks cockatiels are dead when they look like this, but if you really kind of look close to them, they're not. You can see their green still in them.
You can really sense the enthusiasm this little guy has for his morning tour.
If you guys want to see our desert museum inside, you're more than welcome to. Okay.
Students help upkeep the habitat and take pride in what they accomplish.
Then you dump the water right in the middle.
The habitat has spawned other projects on school grounds also, such as this experiment about water.
We're going to try to see if we have any water in this little spot. The water evaporates and then leaks down in. Except it didn't. Except it didn't, so it came up to the bottom. We didn't get any in the cup, but we got some on the bottom, so it barely worked, sorta. And it's everywhere in the ground because the dirt wasn't moister yesterday, but it's moister today. That was fun. That was really fun. It was sort of weird because we had people bossing us, but it was okay. At least we gotta go dig up rocks.
Habitat: food, water, shelter, and space, and all within a suitable arrangement. Whether provided on a major or a minor scale, the right combination of factors creates optimal living conditions for both terrestrial and aquatic wildlife. It can happen right in your own community, at your local school. For more information, visit our website at www.azgfd.com and click on Other Programs.